Hello, my name is Scott Campo with Bentley Technical Support. Do you want to be able to see individual customer locations in your model, or to be able to identify which ones are affected by an event such as a contamination? Customer meter elements can offer these results. If you have your customer data stored in an external file, you can use Model Builder to add the customer meter and assign demands. For this video, I have two customer meter elements in an Excel spreadsheet, along with the demand data. Since only one demand can be associated with a customer meter element, it is possible to include demand data in Model Builder. Demand patterns can be used with customer meters, but this example will only show a fixed demand. Here you can see the label, the X and Y coordinates, and the demand that's associated with my two customer meter elements. I've assigned the key field to the label. The X and Y coordinate is assigned since I'm using an Excel spreadsheet, and the demand has been associated to the base demand property in the customer meter element. I'll click Next, say yes to building the model, and click Finish. You can see that two customer meter elements have been created. And after backing out of Model Builder, I'll be asked to synchronize, click Yes. And now you can see after building the model that the customer meter elements have been added. After selecting the customer meter element, you can view the properties to see that the demand data has been included, but the associated element has not been included yet. You can manually associate the customer meter element with the hydraulic element in the model, but this process can also be automated in Load Builder. In Load Builder, there is an option to assign a customer meter element to the associated element. To do this, open Load Builder and create a new connection. Next, choose the customer meter load data option. We are going to assign the customer meter element to the nearest node, so that option will be selected. In the next screen, you select the node layer and customer meter layer. If you only want to work with a selection set of elements, that is possible. Here, we will use all junction nodes and all customer meter elements. After this has been selected, we'll click Next. In the next screen, we create a name for the Load Builder connection and either append an existing demand alternative or create a new one. So we'll go ahead and call this customer meter. We'll go ahead and update an existing alternative. We'll choose the year 2000 peak demand since we're in the year 2000 scenario. Finally, we'll click Finish. We'll see two customer meters have had data added to them. Go ahead and close. Close again. And now we can see that the customer meter elements have been associated with the nearest junction, in this case J210. After computing the model, you can see that the total demand at J210 is 70 gallons per minute, which is the sum of the demands for the two customer meter elements. But there are other uses for customer meters as well. Consider a case where a tank becomes contaminated. With customer meters, you may be able to identify customers that are impacted. In this example, assume that the tank, called tank 185, is contaminated, and you want to identify customers who receive at least 60% of its demand from the tank at some point during the day. 10 customer meters have been added to this model, which are highlighted here. Address and phone number information have been added to the external customer meter data dialog, which is shown here. After setting up and computing a trace analysis, you can use a query to find the junctions where this occurs, but not the individual customer elements. So we'll go ahead and compute the model. Set the user notifications. Now in order to see the junctions where at least 60% of the flow comes from the tank, we would set up a query. Here we already have a junction query set up. Go ahead and edit this to show the max trace greater than 60%. If we click OK, you'll see that the junctions where at least 60% of the flow at some time during the day is now highlighted. You'll notice that the customer meter elements for these junctions aren't actually highlighted, but in order to find those, we can go ahead and use a tool inside of Network Navigator. We'll open Network Navigator, go to Network Trace, find associated customer meter elements, and you'll see that they are now highlighted here on the screen. In order to select them in the drawing, we'll just go ahead and click the Select in Drawing button. If we unclick the highlight, you'll see that it's highlighted here in red. Now if we want to go ahead and find which one of these customers these are, you can open up the external customer meter data again and you'll see that the table has now been filtered for just the active ones. Information on customer meters and much more can be found in the Hydraulics and Hydrology section of Bentley Communities. Thank you for your time.